Hello, this is topic 4-1 on adding and subtracting polynomials. Let's go over some vocabulary. If we have a single term, that is called a monomial. Monomial. So our monomials would be 2, x squared, 3xy, and 3x squared, y squared. Now, even though this has two different things, this is all one term. Even this has 3x and y, because they're all being multiplied, it's still just one term, and same with this. What makes something a polynomial is if it has plus or minus, which these both have pluses, but adding or subtracting makes it a polynomial instead of a monomial. Now the sum or difference of two or more monomials is called a polynomial. Okay? Specifically, the sum or difference of exactly two monomials is called a binomial. So here we want our binomials. Well, that's 1, 2 terms. 1, 2 terms. This is only one term. And 1, 2 terms. So those are the binomials. This would be a monomial. And for our last vocabulary term, the sum or difference of three monomials is called a trinomial. Okay? And so our trinomials, we have 1, 2, 3 terms, just one term, 1, 2, 3 terms, and just one term. Alright, remember terms are always separated by plus or minus. So that's just some vocabulary. Now let's go ahead and talk about adding. And they wanted us to use tile representation, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to do this plus this. So this is 2x squared plus 3x plus 2 plus, I'm drawing an x, I need an x squared, minus 5x which I'm going to shade these in to say, hey, these are negatives, minus 5. And when we combine these, well, 1, 2, 3x squared, and then these three positive x's are canceled by those three negative x's, leaving us with just 2x. And these two regular x's are canceled by those two negative x's, giving me 3 negatives, and I forgot that these two are also negatives. And so this would be 3x squared minus 2x minus 3. Now realistically what I did was 2x squared plus x squared gave me 3x squared. 3x plus a negative 5x is a negative 2x. And 2 plus a negative 5 is a negative 3. And now we're going to subtract. So I'm going to go ahead and use my pictures again here. 1, 2x squared plus x minus 4 minus x squared minus 4x plus 1. Well, I have to distribute this negative sign. So this is really a negative x squared. 1, 2, 3, 4x, and a negative 1 when I distribute that negative sign. And now when we combine, well, those cancel, leaving us with just x squared. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5x, all positive. And 1, 2, 3, 4, negative 5 ones. And so, it gets a little tricky when you see this minus sign, you want to distribute the negative. Now mathematically I could have said that this was 2x squared plus x minus 4x minus x squared plus 4x minus 1. And that would have brought me over to here, okay, where I would combine like terms and get this. Now another way to do this is just to line them up vertically. So 4 plus 6, that makes 10 x squared y squared. 5 plus 8, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 xy, and that's positive. And then a negative 3 plus a positive 3, those will cancel, and we're left with just this. Or if I'm subtracting, in order to subtract properly, I want to go ahead and change this to a plus, and then change all of my signs. And so 11 minus 5 be 6m squared. 2 plus 6 gives me 8m. And the negative 11 plus 17 would just be plus 6. But realistically, you're going to see a lot of them like this, and instead of rearranging them, you want to just be able to do this. So, I know I'm adding, so I don't need to do any distributing. I can effectively ignore the parentheses. Okay. Well, 3a squared is the only a squared I have. Plus 3ab plus 4ab. Well, 3 plus 4 is 7ab. Well, that's the only b squared I have, so minus b squared. And that's the only 6b. That's the only b I have, so plus 6b. Now these can be rearranged in any order, but as long as the terms are correct with the correct signs in front of them, then it is also correct. Now we get to a minus, we have to distribute the negative sign. So the first term, the first set doesn't change, but the second one does. It becomes minus 2y squared plus 4y minus 3. And so we have 5y squared minus 2y squared is 3y squared plus 7y plus 4y, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, so plus 11y, and then a plus 8 minus 3 would be a plus 5. Notice how I distribute the negative sign so that I could do this correctly. And now let's put this into a word problem talking about perimeter. Remember, perimeter is when we add all the sides together, we find the perimeter. And it tells us this is the perimeter, and I've got these two sides, I need to find this one. So, first I'm going to add these two sides. So 2x squared plus 3x plus 6, that's the bottom one, plus x squared plus 3x minus 5. I'm going to go ahead and line it up vertically because I can and it's easy. That gives me 3x squared plus 6x plus 1. And I'm going to subtract that from my perimeter. So minus 3x squared minus 6x and minus 1. I'm subtracting every term. So 4 minus 3 is just x squared. 5x minus 6x is a negative x. And 5 minus 1 is a plus 4. So this is x squared minus x plus 4. Let's go ahead and look at some more examples. We want to find this. It says that this is the total. I'm going to rewrite that. Total is 9x squared minus 6xy plus 3y squared. And blank is the unshaded. I'm going to go ahead and line it up. So this would be 3x squared and y squared. And if I have the unshaded and I've got the total and I want to find the shaded, well, I'm going to have to subtract. So subtract and subtract. 9 minus 3 is 6x squared minus 6xy stays, and then plus 2y squared. 9 minus 3 is 6. That just drops down, and 3 minus 1 is 2. Well, here we want to know the total. So I've got the big one in the center. And total means I'm going to add. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4 y squareds. Gives me 13x squared plus xy plus 5y squared. And for the last one, we want to find the shaded. If the total is this, so 5x squared minus 4xy plus 2, that's my total. Over here, I'm going to subtract. So I need to subtract x squared. I'm going to subtract xy. And when I do this, I get 4x squared minus 5xy plus 2. Because negative 4xy minus xy, well, that's an invisible 1. So it gives me 5xy. Same thing, I have an invisible 1. And so this is topic 4-1 on adding and subtracting polynomials. Good luck on your assignment and have a good day.